Timothy is 14. He's very sick. His siblings, 3 sisters and 3 brothers, to one extent or another, mock his illness. His parents are worried and frustrated with him. He should grow out of this, but up until now he hasn't. And it's time for a family reunion. It's been a long time since there's been one, and they used to happen every year. Family from all over is coming home, finally. And everyone is excited, including Timothy. But he knows he won't fit in, because Timothy is a regular 14-year-old boy, and his family is all monsters. They're coming through the air and traveling along the ground in many forms, said Cece in her sleeping. She did not move on the bed. She thought inward on herself and told what she saw. I see a wolf-like thing coming over a dark river at the shallows just above a waterfall, the starlight shining up his pelt. I see a brown oak leaf flowing far up in the sky. I see a small bat flying. I see many other things running through the forest trees and slipping through the highest branches, and they're all coming this way. Will they be here by tomorrow night? Timothy clutched the bedclothes. The spider on his lapel swung like a black pendulum, excitedly dancing. He leaned over his sister. Will they all be here in time for the homecoming? Yes, yes, Timothy, yes, sighed Cece. She stiffened. Ask no more of me. Go away now. Let me travel in the places I like best. My name is Virgil, and this is Literally Books. And the story I'm talking about today is Ray Bradbury's Homecoming. You can find it in this book, October Country. You can also find it in a book that I recommended a while back that maybe you would have seen, I don't know, the Oxford Book of Fantasy Stories, which is an excellent book if you can find it. Anyhow, the story was published in 1946. Timothy's condition is that he's normal, and his family are vampires and werewolves and all the typical Halloween monsters. And they're all set together at their house, Timothy's parents' house, on All Hallows Eve. Timothy doesn't drink blood. He can't fly. He can't possess people with his mind. He's not a cultist knowing ancient rituals. He's just a regular kid. But he desperately wants to fit in with his family. He checks his mirror in the morning, the only mirror allowed in the house because of his condition, and is unimpressed with the small white things that he has for teeth. He runs about the house, pestering family members, sent away dismissively, mocked by his older siblings, underfoot, and trying to be helpful, desperately trying to be helpful, but not fitting in his own household. The party starts. Family from the old country shows up, and everyone's laughing and talking and catching up, and Timothy is desperately praying, hoping, checking his back to see if he's growing wings, that he'll grow up, that he could drink blood, that he can fit in. All in vain. I love this story by Bradbury. There's a sense of trying to fit in with the adults or other members of your family, desperately wanting to, but not really being able to. Not really knowing what it is that you don't have or aren't to be like them. And you have this thought, maybe this thing that maybe when you're older that you'll somehow magically know what it is that you don't know now, that it'll just happen, and then you'll blend in seamlessly. But you don't have any clue what that thing is. As the party wears on, Timothy is embarrassed and he runs and hides, and Uncle Enar finds him and brings him back. The party draws to a close and all the relatives leave, and the family prepares for bed as the sun rises. Tim's mother stops him and says that it's okay, that she'll make sure his remains when he dies are undisturbed, and that she'll tuck him in every year on All Hallows Eve. Not much consolation to Timothy. There's no resolution in Homecoming. It's just a mood, a feeling that Bradbury presents to us, this sort of outsider, this hopeless outsider. And even though it's a melancholic story, It's cathartic. It's a feeling of when you feel outside like that, well, you're not the only person who's ever felt that, and that it's kind of normal. It says there's no use wishing to be something you aren't, because you'll never be that. Timothy's Uncle Enar, who sort of saves him when he runs out of the party after being embarrassed, has one thing to say to him. Each his own. In his own way, how much better things are for you. How rich. The world's dead for us. We've seen so much of it, believe me. Life's best to those who live it least. It's worth more per ounce, Timothy. Remember that. It's a really wonderful story and a really wonderful collection by Bradbury. No writer that I know of can sum up the mood, the feel of Halloween in that October season better than Bradbury. My name is Virgil. This is Literally Books. Consider liking and subscribing. Why not? That's it. Bye.